Hey, hi, hello, it's Kimpolian here. It's time for another vlog. I was actually going through my list of vlog ideas. Hold on, let me adjust this really quickly. There's there's a thing there. That's my recording thing, isn't it? You're just gonna have to deal with that. Anyways, so yesterday saw X-Men Days of Future Past. Ah la la la. It was great. I loved it. As someone who grew up like watching the X-Men cartoon, and well, to be honest, I've always been a little disappointed in the X-Men movies because they never had Gambit. And I loved Gambit ever since I was little. So, like, okay, so like knowing like Channing Tatum as cast as him, I actually am really excited about it. I think he would make a great Gambit. Like, I just really think he'll be really great at it. But then, you know what this means also is they're probably gonna make another X-Men movie, which has me a little worried. But I really love the combining of like the previous trilogy and then the prequel, like blending them together was, I just thought it was really great. Um, just kind of like I don't know. You just kind of have to get used to the fact that, spoiler alert, is like the things they went through, or I don't know, like I don't know. I can't really remember the third movie. All I remember is being kind of bad, and then I remembered it was directed by Brett Ratner, and I was like, oh, that explains everything. It's like having Uwe Boll direct a video game movie. But really. So yeah, go see it. I'm trying to not be spoilerish about it. Okay. I just remembered too, I was checking how much space I had on my phone. It was 666 megabytes. Yeah! I thought it was pretty funny. So yeah. Okay, so one of my vlog ideas I had here that I never have actually posted was about, I've only ever worked 2 jobs. I'm still trying to look for a job, like a real job where I do stuff and they give me money. Like, oh, that'd be fabulous. But still doing the whole schooling thing. So yeah. One of the things that I guess I could talk about is the time I worked at probably my first job ever was working at a local amusement park. So here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, there's really only one place that, amusement park, and it's called Cliffs Amusement Park. And I worked there like in the summer of my senior year in high school, so it was like back in 2006. And so one of the reasons why that was a bad idea is because I'm on my feet all day at that job because I had to go sweep up other people's trash. And then I was also on my feet all morning because I was at band camp. And so I almost passed out a few times. That's not very great, no. So I had to write down a few memories of what I have there. And I guess one of the things that's not fun when you're doing a janitorial job at any amusement park or anywhere ever is having to clean up barf. Oh, that is the worst. Ugh. Like, just any sort of human excrement really is awful. But, it's not a big amusement park. There's not too many rides that go like, woo, you go loopy-loop. But the people still get sick because they have like a tilt-a-whirl. Oh, I love tilt-a-whirl, but I have bad motion sickness. So it's like, I can understand, but I at least know, like, if I'm not feeling well, I'm not going to ride the thing. I made that mistake before because at one of the Universal parks, I forgot which one. I think I've been to both. And they're like, back in the where the Harry Potter section is, they have like the two roller coasters. What I did when I was younger was I was like, after one, I was like, let's get on the other one. And I'm not doing that again. Well, I might do it again. We'll just see how I'm feeling at that moment. I was very YOLO before YOLO was a thing. Okay. So, cleaning barf. No. And I guess one of the fun things, because I was of age, according to the park rules, I was legally eligible to operate rides. That's when I learned, I think maybe I want to do that if I ever were to work there again. Because at least when you do rides, you kind of have control of the people. You're like, yes, you can come on. No, access denied. You shall not pass. You just kind of channel your inner Gandalf, and it's pretty fabulous. So, yeah. I just thought that was pretty fun. I felt bad for all the people who couldn't do it. They just weren't competent enough. I have a show called Penny Dreadful playing in the background, and I'm not actually paying attention to it. It's the newest episode, and I like how dark it is. It's fabulous. And it takes place during like Victorian times. I'm just like too excited at the moment. All right, I guess one of the last things I could talk about that was really awkward about it was that summer. Okay, so at the park, like I think like most amusement parks allow you to do this, you can rent out like, you know, a space, like a meeting space. And I've actually, that was like the first time I ever been to Cliffs, was my stepdad's company that he's worked at for over a decade. They rented out that place. And so it was like you could, you have like your event catered by whoever you want, and then you get passes, and then you can go on the rides afterwards, which is pretty fabulous. This one was a little different. I guess if you rent it out, you can also have a music festival, and that's what happened. But it wasn't an ordinary music festival. It was a very specific genre. It was a Christian rock festival, and it lasted for 2 days. And that was really awkward because there were people actually talking about a lot of religious things, but they weren't like the really crazy ones. Well, I don't know. Maybe I had one that was a little zealous for me at that time because I was really like anti-religion. Nowadays I'm a little more open-minded, but I would not call myself like devout to any religion now. But back then, like so one of the things is we're not allowed to take tips regardless of any kind, but there was a gentleman there who insisted on giving me a cross, like a little tiny cross. I don't know where I put it. I lost it somewhere. That just shows you how much regard I didn't really have at that time. It was just very awkward, you know. I'm trying to tell him like, thank you, sir, but legally I'm not allowed to have it. So then he just kind of slipped it in my pocket, and I was like, sir, I could report you. I could have you kicked out. I didn't do it though. Maybe if it got a little crazier, I probably would have punched his lights out. That's not very Christian-like. I don't really care. So yeah, it was very awkward because that's when I learned names of certain bands, and I was just like those are weird sounding names. And you know, a lot of people were talking about them because when you're cleaning up barf and trash like food wrappers, you tend to, you know, when people are waiting in line, you hear their conversations. People talk about anything and everything, even stuff you should not be hearing in public. But I heard them all. I heard all of them. And like I can't remember. It was something like something about a crutch or something. Like I can't remember the name at the time. I could probably just Google it, and I just thought that was pretty weird. And so like, to me, I always remember that. Then I saw one of my friends listen to that band, and I kind of was a little iffy about it. And I don't know, it was just very funny because I also had a coworker who he did seem special needs. Like he really was. Like he was cool, but he wasn't always all there. And he was trying to do the whole, like, you know how you do the yeah, like no, don't do that, no, big no. Like I didn't see anyone doing that, so I was just like, don't do that, that's not cool. And you know, it took him a little bit to understand that, but yeah, eventually he understood. I guess that's the thing, is because I'm always had been around people with special needs and like older people, you know, people you really need patience with. I guess I kind of develop a little bit of patience for, and then, you know, I always have to like make sure they're okay, because like when my stepdad, like when he like hurt himself, you know, I had to keep asking him like, are you okay, are you sure? And he had to use the crutch things, and so you know, I have to keep asking him like, do you need help getting up, going a door, like I can. Like, so basically, if you're injured around me, I'm sure to be bugging you so much, you probably won't want me around you. That just happens. What's going on? She's seeming like a ghost right now. I see the name Mina, and I think of like the character from Dracula. So I'm like, and they have like these like vampire-ish monsters, but they're like Egyptian. I don't know what's going on, but I really like it, and I'm kind of curious to see how it goes. But the last episode made me a little uncomfortable because there was a lot of mature things happening. I was like, I don't feel comfortable watching this. So yeah, I just thought that was pretty funny. So yeah, you guys ever had a weird job experience? I guess one more thing I could talk about while I still have time is actually, remember when I said I passed out? That's when I learned people as young as, I don't know. I just remember there was this guy, and like he was actually really adorable. Like he was the medic guy there, and I wish I remembered his name, but I didn't because he worked in a different part of the park than me, and you know, he was the medic guy, so he worked like in a different section of the park than me, and plus, you know, I'm sure he can't really leave. And that's when I learned low blood sugar was a thing. It's weird because I don't have diabetes, but I still get that issue. Like I just get like, I know it because I experienced it a few weeks ago in Italy at the canonization, and so that was awkward. Alright, I think I blabbed enough, so if you guys thought that was interesting, why don't you leave a comment, drop a like, and subscribe for more weird stories like this. I don't know what to say. I don't have a script like popular YouTubers do. Alright, so, yeah, pretty much the only people that watch this are the team and anyone else who's interested in it. Alright, so I guess I will go ahead and shut up now. And, until next time, I'll see you guys later. So, kisses for all. Bye-bye!